I'm Bill Alexander, the father of the magic of oil painting. Everything you see is almighty, is big. I like to do it like that because I have to bother myself up, and I want to see everything I touch is almighty knife, is almighty palette, is almighty paint, is almighty easel, is almighty canvas. With that, I build myself up like a rooster, I swell up, and then I fire in. Now, waterfalls, the mood, I want to make it very exciting. In order to get exciting, you can have easier waterfalls, and it can look dead. Let me give you ideas about how you dress up your painting. I will run the sun from the side. That means if I have a waterfalls, wherever I will put it in, it has two sides. It has a shadow side and a sunny side. You understand this thinking? That means I have that water dark on one side and light on the other side. I double my power. See, I could have the sun just gone directly on. It would be not so powerful. It would be just with one color tinkling down. See, before I start painting, I always think, you have to sell that painting. See, when you paint. I talk to artists now. See, and then why not doing the painting what is sellable? So let me show you. Here we have a magic white. You still know that almighty magic white. See? Beautiful. The almighty brush, a big, big brush, 2.5 inch. I go into my magic white and put it on that almighty canvas. See? And with saying you have something powerful in your hand, everything is going bigger and faster. And you I don't know, to me it is very important to be up and not down. See, there you are. Cover the whole canvas, not too thick. If you put too much on, you ruin the whole thing. You push paint around, and that's no good. The way I always like to do it, I will show you here. The magic way is on. Go vertical, horizontal, 2 ways, this way. Make sure the paint is absolutely on everywhere. You have no dry spots there. I rather go over a couple more times than less. There we are. See, now I have still some paint in the brush. Make it as a standard. Put the paint on, wash the brush. There, we shake it all out. Make sure you have a dry brush. Take a look here how I shake that brush out. We have a little rattle box there. See that? Now I have a nice dry brush. Go over again. See, just go over again like this. And this way too. And what you do, see, can you see the brush? I took a lot of paint off again, and now the canvas is ready to paint on. Wash out your brush again. This time I will make a happy blue sky. Have the sun from the side, like I said before. We have nice dark and lights coming in there. I will put the happy little mountain behind and put the mountain so that you see the runoff between the mountains. See, you have to plan that painting. I space my canvas in my mind, how high you want to start the mountain, how low, how much you want on the bottom. See, that has to be, you have to see your painting most ready in your mind. You can do it. Now, let me talk about it, because I know people ask me that all the time. It takes kind of a lifetime to learn to see it right. In the beginning, I had to see something. But see, right now I don't, because I just make it up in my mind. I put myself in a certain landscape. Is it in Montana? Is it in the mountains in British Columbia or in Idaho or wherever I go, I see certain things and I say, oh, that I can put on the canvas. See, a blue sky, look how I take the paint off. See? Just like this. fire it on the canvas from the top. Start from the top down. See, and the magic white is on the canvas and gets lighter, 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 lighter. That's the easiest sky you can ever paint, but not much paint on. Not much paint on. Don't put any paint on. Just hardly let it come down like that. You see? If you want to clean your brush, clean it on the bottom, because you need dark there anyway. The sky is usually in the water. Good. See? Good. Wash the brush out. Make sure you don't have much paint on the canvas. See? I go over from the light into the dark. See, like this. So I take still more paint off. When you see the brush, look at that. That's still in the brush. I take it off, wash it out, and I make sure I have only a little bit of paint. Then you have to paint on paint. And if you paint on a wet paint, the best is if you have nothing on. But here we have just the color on. Okay, so I will fire in some kind of a happy little mountain. Take a look how I do it. I take some white off, put it here, just enough for the mountain. Maybe a little bit more. That's enough for the mountain. I will use blue, alizarin crimson, and a touch of Van Dyke brown, and I mix it up. See how I mix it? So we will have a happy mountain scene in the back. Now you put it on. I think it is just right. So what I want to do, I want to open up the middle like a water runoff, because I would like to lead some water coming out of the mountain into the front here. There's other little mountain or rocky land, and then it falls down, water falls, and then it runs off wherever it will run off. Okay, I prepare my mountain here. See? Make it as rocky as you can think. Not much paint. You hear me scraping? Not much paint. See? You hear me scraping? Now the other side, maybe I overlap if it is a bit of further off, this further off. Isn't it wonderful how you can create, just fire in, and have nice dreams. Use your almighty brush now, dry, clean, and make mist out of that. Just push it into the bottom there. See, now it becomes kind of a, out of the mist is a mountain standing there. Kind of a mountain. Beautiful. See? See? And no paint. There is no paint on. Cut down as much as you can. Always think you have to paint on top of paint. And to paint on paint is a hell of a job. There we are. The sun is coming from this side. Okay, then again take a look what I do here. I take some white off and put it separate. Put a little touch of red into that. But we little touch only. Already too much, you see? Put it over. If you do it like this, a teacher can make mistakes. You see? A teacher can make mistakes. See how it works? It's still too red. Now, with other words, you can ground yourself all the time. I showed you how you shouldn't do it. See, I know to do it, but you don't. And so that's why I showed you how you are wrong. A little touch is sometimes already too much. Don't go on mixing now, because you only pile up and pile up. Put it over here and start from scratch. That is already enough what you got in your knife. I think that's a good lesson, right? See, watch this. There's the touch of red. And maybe a little touch of yellow, but a very little touch of yellow. That's a nice sunshine color, this one here. See, now that's nice. See, that was too red. Now you just follow the sunshine. If the sun comes from this side, you hit it from this side. If the sun comes directly, you hit it directly. It's always nice when you have two sides. You can bring out so much more power. See how nice the colors are standing up there? And watch how you can power it into the valley. See, it breaks, it disappears nicely, and gives you 1,000 little details. That's the paint. See, I could not do it with the sloppy paint, because our paint is just wonderful. It will break on you. It will not blub. And if it blobs for you, then it's something wrong. You have to check out there, because either sometime, I don't know, it's too warm, or too, you mix it, as more you mix the paint, as soft it gets. See, when you have no clouds, there's everywhere a sunshine. See, I have to bring it out in my mind, which way you want it. You can have a mountain there, other parts in front of it. See? Now here, this mountain, if you want, if you put it back, then it's fine, then you can have it all light. If you keep it in the same height, in the same distance, then you can draw a shadow on this mountain here below. This high mountain will draw a shadow on here. But I will act like this is behind. See, I put sunshine on there. I have a certain reason for that, because I feel I want to have a little bit of a distance there. See, that's behind in the sunshine. There you are. See? So that's far behind. Now, by here, I want to have the water coming out from here somewhere. So that's far behind the little mountain. Here you can put on your light again. But you see, if I put this, there is some tricks. I leave the dark in between here in order to separate it. It wouldn't hurt if you don't know it. You would think that has to be like that. It does better. If I put all the colors together, it looks so much the same. See, that's why I like to leave it like that. See, there you are. See, now I rather bring this out here. Watch this. See, I pull that all together and I make it even darker. See, watch. So that means this is behind. You see? Okay. Use your big brush again and just brush it into nowhere here. And even if you have, when you touch, watch this, you can even run in here like this. See, far away. That's like little trees ground there, and that's it. That's it. See? Now, if you want, you can use a fan brush, go into the white and to the yellow, like I show you here. See? Something like this. And you can run up some lines a bit more. It didn't catch on good enough. See, just run up some lines there. See? Out of the mist into that powerful mountain up there. There we are. Now the next step, you can use your big, here, brush it out nicely too. I will use the other 1-inch brush now. See the little brush, and use the same paint. You can easy do some kind of a little extras there. Not so hard. Something like this. You can use the fan brush for that if you want. You can use almost anything, any brush for this kind of stuff. Depends on how far you want to show that corner. See? Maybe here I go up a little bit, make it just fuzzy there, nice and fuzzy. See there, looks good. As long as it pleases your eyes, then it is good. The next step, I will use white with a touch of blue, not so much again. You can ground yourself like I showed you here. All that paint I lost. I should be put in jail for that. How can you do that? Losing all that paint costs a lot of money. The happy little blue, that will be good now, I think. See, something like this. And you fire in on the shadow side. That gives you a nice sparkling. See the difference there? Happy little blue in between. But leave a lot of darks, And it breaks, see? It is not a blob. Everything you see, it is breaking. It is loose, it's free, like a happy, breezy mountain. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Look at that. And that's the paint. If we wouldn't have that hard paint, we never could do that. We never could do that. See? Breaks knife. Can you see here my fingers I hold the knife as flat as possible, because I know a lot of people ask me, I have trouble with the palette knife. I can't get that palette knife going. Hold it as flat as possible, as flat as possible. Put it on the way you think it should be done. Good. Use your big brush again. Clean out whatever you think it is not right. And on the bottom, I always like to make it misty. See, and up on the top, nice and clean, and get that feeling. The air is up there, the power is up there, and makes it nice. Kind of a happy summer scene there. Maybe here we put a little bit of a blue on. Here a little bit of a blue on. Hey, that's good. How about we leave it like that? Now we will work on whatever we have planted. I want to create a kind of a water runoff now, but I need a lot of trees in there in order to bring a nice foreground. We say this is 30 miles, this is 25 miles, and this is right in the front here. So let's see what I do here. Take a good look. I take sap green, Van Dyke brown, pull it all off together. Sap green alone is a bit too weak. It is too weak. See, and I sharpen up my brush. Can you see the brush is quite sharp? I will put in Almighty Tree. Now what you do, you cover up what you don't like. See, watch this. I don't like this, has kind of a, now you create a tree in there. See, and have it so that it looks, see, that paint breaks so nice, it can give you a nice branchy tree where the birds can fly through, where the wind goes through, and whatever. In that distance, I will use that kind of a color. I bring it up quite to the front, make it a bit darker there. Maybe here, other tree. Oh, maybe this kind of a tree, like a leaf tree. See? And then you can go down. Again, the same colors, Van Dyke brown, sap green, and here I fire in quite a big one. A big one. There you are. Isn't that wonderful? The way you can bring that painting, the way the painting comes to life all of a sudden. See, Van Dyke brown, sap green, again. Take it off, fire in again, fire in again like this. Now you can have it all green here, all dark. I only need dark there. See, I just try to open up that middle part. I will use the other brush here and create a little bit of a distance here. And I will use the same paint. You see what I had for the mountain? Take a good look here. See? The same paint what I had for that mountain, and it gives me a kind of a, look, a distance there. It gives me a kind of a distance there. See? Okay. Maybe a bit more here on this side. That's enough there. We open it up. That water is coming between the mountains, coming around here, and all of a sudden it comes out here somewhere. And here we will create a kind of a waterfalls. Okay, let's finish that up in the background first. Sometimes you are too fast. You see kind of a tree trunks there. Tree trunks there. You see a little bit of a shoreline there. Here you see a little bit of a shoreline there. There you are. Add a couple tree trunks, just with the heel of the knife. See, in that almighty distance, you don't have to be very fussy. Better is you dig into the magic white, a little touch of magic white. I put my knife right into the magic white there, you see, and we use the heel of the knife. That was good enough. In that distance, or else sometime I use my fan brush. I will show you that is sometime a good idea too. Watch into the magic white, just the way it is, and you use anything here. See what I do? Look, anything here on the white colors, and then you make some upstrokes. Watch this way. Can you see? This way, this way. See what you see all of a sudden upstanding. In that almighty distance, you don't have to worry about separate trees there. See? little upstrokes. And if you want to put in the water, you can do the same thing in the water there. Then you have a nice reflection. See? Look at that. Use your big brush now. Use that almighty brush. Clean. Straighten it out nice. Oh, that's nice. See, in this case, there's some green there. I'll show you what you do with that. Usually when I was teaching, people panic. They say, oh my God, I did something wrong, and now I can't lose it. I'll show you how we lose that. There's no problem. I use the other 2-inch brush, other 1-inch brush, a little one, and I highlight that there. I use a touch of yellow, and maybe into that blue what I have here. That's a nice color, you see? Take a good look. See? There you are. And just highlight that a little bit. Think about the happy little sunshine there. There you are. Fire it right into the water too. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. See? Now even that green is disappearing here on the side, because all of a sudden I put some green on top. You see? Look at that. Maybe a little bit more white into that. A bit more white. And a little thinner white. See, I go right with my brush into the magic white. Can you see that? And I thin it down, and that gives you a better highlight up there. Watch there. Good, good. Now we hypnotize the whole thing. Hypnotize the whole thing again, and straighten it out nice like this. And that's the beginning of what I would like to start. Now we create a kind of a shoreline there with a couple light lines. See? Look at that. Brings it out nice. Into the magic white. A thinner paint sticks on a thicker paint, and I will bring out this kind of color here. I have still always colors on there, and I would like to have a little bit of a sunshine color in there. See? Now you can put more on if you want to. Here it comes up nice. More, bring all kinds of movements in front, because I want to create the waterfalls there. Then that water gets shallow, more shallow, because I have to create stones and something but the water goes over. Make it as wide as you want, as much as you think. I don't want to, whatever you have planned it. So to me it is all right like that. Now I will put this tree together here. See, I pull it all in, close it in from the other side too. See, something like that. Again, you could put trees, whatever you like. Whatever you think it is nice, you fire in. Oh, maybe here we have a little fir tree standing there. Fir trees looks always good. They're nice and dark, and you can, they give you that dark feeling in there. Now you just highlight the whole thing. Try to ruin your brush. Try to ruin your brush, something like that. You see, all of a sudden I pull it nice together. Now here is what I want. This is very important, what I want to show you here. I play with light and shadow. I do the shadow side here. And this is the sunny side. So the sunny side on the street. The sunny side on the street. See, I highlight. No, before I do that, I run too fast. I should put the tree trunk in first. Always put the tree trunks in first. Next comes next. Next comes next. Make it like you see in the wilderness there, all kinds of happy movements. Now I put the sunshine in on this side. Put the sunshine in on this side. See? Let the sunshine in. More. This tree, lots of sunshine is in there. Lots of sunshine. See, then you fire in like this. See, with the side of the brush. Now, this is the shadow side. I will show you how we handle that. We have the sunshine first again. Let's have the tree trunk. Put the tree trunks in there. See? There we are. There we are. Now we put this darker. Try to make it as dark as you can there on this side. See, this is the dark side. Then you can bring it out nice. That's the dark side. I want to show you how easy we can do sometime a beautiful painting with the mood. You put that almighty mood in there. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Now here I have to hustle a little bit. I will create the shadow even here on a dam. I will. Watch. Bit more blue. See? Let's have the sunshine on the other side here, and here you have all the shadows. But that will be all disappear because I go down and I want to have stones sticking out. I just would like to prepare a little bit dark there. Even more dark. More dark. That's good. Okay. Now we put a little bit of a kind of a stone in there. See? Now I would like to have the water coming down there. First, the dark side. Van Dyke brown and blue. Van Dyke brown and blue. See? Spitzel on this side. Van Dyke brown and blue. Dark, very dark. Don't be shy to make it as dark as you can. Then you can bring the water over easy. On this side, I will have, well, let me take a good look here. How about you take a good look? I go into the magic white and watch. White and a touch of yellow. White and a touch of yellow in the fan brush. And I will push it over here. See, now here on this side, between the stone here, I will just have the water coming down that way. There's one spot. That's always in between the stone and whatever. Now here you can have a runoff this way. See, maybe here this is the sunny side. We won't worry too much there. But you see, here is where we play a little game. White and a touch of blue is in the shadow. Can you see the difference between this side and this side? Now I play with shadows, and this is what I wish you would learn. That can make a masterpiece. If you learn to create, you create your own little power in the painting. See, and this is what gives you lots of happy power. See, you highlight that little stone in the back with a touch of red and put a bit of a sparkling color in there. See, maybe here's a little bit, maybe here's a little bit. Now you get it coming. You create the other stone in there. Here in between is the other almighty stone standing there. See, and then you run the water over those stones or between those stones. See, use a nice happy little fan brush, and you always go around like, watch this. You start going like this. See, that gives you a new beginning again, and maybe here it comes this way. And here in between some water is coming out. Let it run, whatever you think. Maybe here we should run from here, there. See? There you are. Now you do this. You see? Look at that. Now you have a beautiful runoff of that water, and here you can put the sunshine on, because you can, there in between the trees, the sunbeams come through. You are the creator. You are the one what puts that painting on, and you can think in that direction. You see? Here I will do it like this, and oh, that's good. There you are. Now you fire in whatever you want all around. You can have it. You can have it with couple almighty blocks, like I would have here, a kind of a stone standing there. Here, maybe here, a little bit in the background. You see there's something like stony. On this side, you can make it very dark with a bit of blue. You can have other big rocks lying there, and maybe one there, and maybe one here. See? And that gives you a beautiful, beautiful painting. Here you highlight that blue with the same colors you had. See, I take the same colors I use for my mountain for highlighting. That's the highlight here on the shadow side. Look how the paint breaks. Isn't that beautiful how you can create all kinds of in-betweens and ups and downs? But on this side, I put the sunshine in again. There will be, oh, what colors I use here. Take a good look. White and a touch of red is in it. Touch of yellow maybe, something like this. And we will fire in from the sunny side. See? Can you see the difference from there to here? That shows you this here is sunshine. It's a good teacher what I show you here, because you learn to handle the power of the sun, the sunshine from here, the shadows here, and then in here is the light, but here is still the shadows. It's the same water, except here it is light, and then you fire in whatever you see. This one stroke, look at that, because the paint breaks. Stones, what the devil you know about stones? There are thousands and thousands of stones on top of each other, next to each other, behind each other. And I always let the knife do the trick. See, look like this. Let the knife do it. That's the best. And then just highlight it. Highlight it. On this side, I highlight the whole thing with sunshine. Again, something like this, you see. Sunshine here, and there in between, but very loose, very loose, very loose, very loose. See, it starts popping up all of a sudden. And on this side, I will never use these bright colors, but you can, if you feel sometime there's just happened, you want to dress it up. Then you say the sun in between those trees hit that particular stone all alone. I will show you that. It is a good teacher what I show you now. See, now you would say, a lot of arguments sometimes, they would say, how come you do that? Because you are next to God, and you have the power as a good artist to do all that. See, sometimes I leave even a bit of sun around here. There's a bit of sun floating in here in between. You see? Because there's an opening in between that way. Good. Now we will put some sunshine on this side of the tree, on this side of the tree. See, look at that. Now you have nice shadow there, happy sunshine there. Now, I just would like to bring out one little spot, that you see what you can do sometime. I would like to make it even more powerful here. This happened, the sun hit in there. See, against the dark, that looks really nice. And on this side, there's all sunshine. There, there's all sunshine. See? So, here we will just add a couple dark movements in between the water rapids, and that is it. Here too, kind of a dark movements in between. Now you just can act like you have some tree trunks standing there, maybe here. See, maybe here now, here one. So, you can say that painting is finished. I thank you for watching me. Bye-bye.